Guam's paddlers are gearing up for the Micronesia Cup in Palau at the end of this month. And to get ready, the Galaide race series was held this past weekend at East Hagatna Bay. A primer for all the clubs to fine-tune their skills in preparation for competition. Teams were competing in both sprints and long-distance races. According to race director Victoria Camacho, 100 paddlers making up 8 teams in men's, women's, and mixed divisions will be vying for the cup.
I want them on this race. I want them to see what they can change and what works for them and what doesn't work for them, and see how they can use that in Palau as they're training the last few weeks.
Getting the edge on the competition means getting it together and knowing what to expect when you meet up with rough waters.
Well, our expectation was to work together as a team, to really be able to sink, hit in the water together, recover together, and then really nail the turns, just to make those turns as smooth as possible. We're going for strength and power in both, being able to really power out of a short sprint and be able to really sprint fast, but then really have the second part is the endurance for the long distance as well.
Even if you're having fun, there is a lot of work out of the water as well.
Well, right now we're just pretty much working on our turns. The turns are really the hardest part of the race. We're working on our endurance. We're preparing for Palau. Just want to go out there and have some fun.
For the sprint races, it doesn't usually change, just because you're usually doing it inside a bay or somewhere where the water is pretty constant on current and all that. The distance race will be quite different though, because we'll be doing it within the Rock Islands. There will be a course within the Rock Islands for us to do. So usually out here, when we do distance races, it's just open ocean. You paddle from point A to point B to point C. Out there, it's going to be a nice little adventure. We practice long distance just as much as we practice for sprints. When long distance races are coming up, that's what we practice. When sprint races are coming up, that's what we practice. So now, that's the whole point of this micro tune-up, is that in Micro Cup out in Palau, it's going to be first day is going to be sprint, second day is going to be long distance. So we're trying to emulate that here. We do it every year, and so you practice your sprints, you practice your distance, and you really got to get your cardio, your endurance up, because that's 2 days straight of racing. So.
For the Budweiser Sports Report, Jerry Cruz, PNC Sports.